Good afternoon, everyone. My topic is cultural difference. Before my presentation, I want to ask you a question. What is culture? In China, if people think that a person is ignorant, they are said to have no culture. So culture equals knowledge in some Chinese ideas. I have no idea whether culture is also equivalent to other things in other countries. But when I have some chances to communicate with people from other countries, I gradually found that there are many differences among people in ideas, social behavior, lifestyles, and customs. And all this added up to reflect the culture of a person. Then another question follows. How do we get along with these people whose cultural background is different from ours? Repel, avoid, or respect and respect and expect. From my perspective, I choose the latter. There is a Chinese joke which explains the problem well. If you want to change others, you are a neurotic. Changing others is impossible. But if we respect and accept others' culture, we will make friends and understand the world from other angles. The expanding scope of business cooperation in the first decade of the 21st century is drawing much scholarly attention, and the trend has been described as a fact of life that defines the stretch of human imagination. The concept of global economy has expanded consumer awareness, defined new standards and rules of operations, and increased the need for national and corporate independence. People don't exist in isolation. People need to support each other, but there are so many differences between people. Recent global trends and developments highlight the need to emphasize business etiquette and cross-cultural skills as critical management imperative. Because of the increasing number of organizations establishing global strategic alliance in today's hectic and competitive society, etiquette might be taken for granted or seen as outdated concept, but it affects perceptions and decisions. For instance, in the United States, direct eye contact is expected and is seen as a measure of honesty, trustworthiness, and reliability. Conversely, in China and in some parts of Africa, direct eye contact is considered rude and inappropriate. Additionally, direct eye contact with a superior or senior person demonstrates disrespect and hostility in India. When conducting business in Germany, German business etiquette, reflective of their strict adherence to normative behavior, is their etiquette for introductions. You always use a title when addressing someone until you are told it is okay to use first names. But in China, you can call someone by their first or last name even when meeting for the first time. When it comes to England, the English business person's negotiation process also reflects their cultural characteristics. They are very formal and polite and place great value on proper protocol and etiquette. Business etiquette in Great Britain is based on a strong sense of identity and nationalism. The English business person tends to be very matter of fact and tends to be very deadline oriented in business or negotiations. Traditions and customs are very important to the British, as they tend to be reserved and expect others to act accordingly. But Americans focus on the tasks set out in their job description, and think it is normal for a boss to reward individual effort because of their individualist culture. Japan's style of business etiquette, as other Asian cultures, is based on their high-context communication. In high-context cultures, people rely less on verbal communication and more on the context of nonverbal actions and environmental setting to convey meanings. For example, the Japanese say yes for no, but indicate whether yes is yes or really no by the context. In other words, when a Japanese business person speaks, they expect the person to interpret what they mean by their knowledge of the cultural values that lie behind the words. With the strengthening of global integration, people of different nationalities and cultural backgrounds are communicating more and more. But communication is culture-bound and culture-specific. It is important that countries involved in international business devote adequate time to learn, understand, and appreciate the different ethical and cultural habits and appropriate etiquette for conducting business transactions on a global scale. Thank you very much.